is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Middle of the Ring. I am your host with the most, NP. We are talking all things SmackDown Live, coming from Cleveland, Ohio, here, September 27, 2016. Let's get into it. So we will start off this show with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt promo. Not too long, not too short. Randy Orton basically saying, Bray Wyatt, you are scared of me. And Bray Wyatt saying basically, no, I'm not. And he did the whole, he's got the whole world in his hands song. Real creepy. I like Bray Wyatt's creepy, scary moniker. Definitely one of the scariest heels right now. Definitely needs some wins under his belt, but nonetheless, he is very much scary and very much one of the most popular heels in the game right now, WWE. We would see throughout the night, they would have a couple of other little vignettes, if you will. But it's going to be nice to see these two finally get at each other at No Mercy. So let's get into the first match of the night. It would be Heath Slater, Rhino, with American Alpha versus the Inception and the Usos. Nice pace of a match. Had some fast points, then had some slow points. Kept it very steady. We get into that kind of storyline between the Usos, Heath Slater, and Rhino. And with a little dash of the American Alpha in there. Now, Usos pick up that victory, having Heath Slater submit, which on paper is looking good. You know, that means the Usos have that number. But we still got about another week, I believe, before No Mercy, so anything is possible. Ties may turn, but it's going to be interesting to see how that match at No Mercy plays out with the Usos, Heath Slater, and Rhino. But tonight, the Usos get the better of the two of the champs. So we will see next week what happens with this continued program. So the next match we will get into will be a women's tag match, which would pin Nikki Bella with Naomi versus Carmella and Natalia. This was a good match, actually, man. It gave us some time. Once you give it a little time, it comes out perfectly. I mean, they both had some back and forth. Natalia and Carmella, they cut off the ring from Naomi and Nikki Bella. At the end of the day, Carmella picks up the win for her team, pinning Nikki Bella. That storyline is going to, I think, come to a head at No Mercy, I would believe. And it should be a good match. Natalia and Naomi, I'm not 100% sure, but I would definitely like to see a match between those two. I think they're great workers. And women's division all around the board is just looking great. So I'm glad to see that happening for the women, because I think it's just awesome that they're just having these great matches, storylines, so forth and so on. So good job, ladies. Next up, we would get a coming home party for Miz. This had all the lights, glitz, glamour, pyro, few pictures that you would expect from a WWE coming home party. We would also see Miz's family, and we would see Dolph Ziggler's family. The minor interaction between the Miz and Dolph Ziggler's family would bring out Dolph Ziggler. We would have a back and forth for a little while. At the end of it, Miz basically saying, you have nothing I want. The only thing I will face you for is your career. And Dolph Ziggler obliged. So at No Mercy, chances are we will get that match, Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz, for the Intercontinental Championship. If Dolph Ziggler does not win, he is done in WWE. In the words of Miz, he doesn't go to Raw. He doesn't take a 30-day sabbatical. He is done in WWE, and Dolph Ziggler accepted those terms. And so, at No Mercy, we will see that Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. Going to be interested to see that match and the outcome. I'm pulling for Dolph Ziggler. So, after we come back from commercial, we had Becky Lynch, who looked like she was about to have a match but was attacked by Alexa Bliss, still sporting her Harley Quinn inspired outfit. I have no complaints about that, actually. That's a nice look for her. Looks good. But she would come out and attack Becky Lynch mercilessly, and taking the belt off her, saying, "Hey, you don't deserve this. I deserve this." That match is official for No Mercy, Becky Lynch's first title defense, and we are going to be happy for that match once it comes to, because quite frankly, it's a pretty good storyline. Not the best of storylines, but a pretty good storyline, and we are going to hope for a good match, which I know Becky Lynch will put on a good match. Not 100% sure about Alexa Bliss, but we're going to hope for the best for that one. Next week, we get a vignette from Kurt Hawkins, who I'm assuming will be premiering next week on Monday Night Raw. I'm pretty much enjoying his vignettes whenever I can get a chance to see them. Sometimes I might go to the bathroom before the actual vignette comes on, or I miss it somehow. But when I do see it, they're pretty good. So we'll see him next week. So we would finally get Randy Orton getting his hands on Bray Wyatt, and a creepy kind of ending to that whole maze of fun set up by Bray Wyatt. After Randy Orton getting the best of Bray Wyatt, he puts on that sheep's mask and does some kind of creepy laugh. It is going to be a collision when those two guys meet. It is going to be something to see. That might be match of the night. I can't lie. Very ready to see that match. So, we got about 2 weeks for that one, folks. So, we get into that championship match, Dean Ambrose versus AJ Styles. I must say this was a dang on good match for SmackDown Live, a 2-hour show. This was damn good. AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose definitely put on a wrestling spectacle, if you will. Told a good story. They had some nice length time with it. We saw some body parts getting worked out. You had John Cena doing commentary, which always adds a little spice to the plate, if you will. It was a good match, good back and forth. Got your submissions, your pinfalls, your kickouts, your outside shenanigans. At the end of it, AJ Styles clubbing John Cena. John Cena coming in, trying to get his revenge, stopped by the referee. Dean Ambrose ties up AJ Styles for the pin, but AJ Styles kicks out. Dean Ambrose then runs out the ring, punches John Cena, goes back in the ring, gets hit with the same move, and AJ Styles grabs a handful of jeans, if you will, gets that 1, 2, 3. John Cena gets in that ring. Him and Dean Ambrose have a back and forth. Dean Ambrose goes for that dirty deeds. John Cena switches it for the AA, Attitude Adjustment. AJ Styles comes in. He gets him some of the AA. John Cena standing over both men, holding that WWE World title. This could be history in the making. As you well know, John Cena, 15-time WWE Championship holder, the longest title holder, or the more time title holder, is Ric Flair with 16. So at No Mercy, John Cena wins this. He will be a 16-time World Championship holder. And John Cena's words, he just wants to be a part of the conversation, being that 16-time World Championship holder. He definitely will be part of the conversation. In my opinion, there's definitely those people that don't want him to break that record, don't like John Cena. Quite frankly, I am not a fan of John Cena, Superman Goody Goody two shoe, but I do think he deserves that 16th title reign, even if it's just for a month. He just needs to have that, put some legacy on his name. But that was WWE SmackDown, my review. A pretty dang on good match. I think it was almost better than Raw's yesterday, but all in all, it was a good night for SmackDown Live. As always, for all your news, reviews, updates, and etc., you don't have to go anywhere else. Just meet me in the middle of the ring. Take care, guys. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and share. Also, don't forget to follow me on YouTube at Middle of the Ring Pro Wrestling Talk. Also, follow me on Facebook at Middle of the Ring, all one word, and on Twitter, Middle of the Ring, all one word.